This is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
Bartender.
I got freaking bourbon all over my hand.
Oh no.
It's sanitary. Yeah, just lick it off.
Yeah, it's like hand sanitizer. There we go. We
Even
need
better.
that. Probably do need that. You need it at school, apparently.
Cleanest your hands have been all day.
This is true. They never tasted so good. Clean hands do taste nice when you use bourbon. It's your hand sanitizer.
Very nice.
Just a drop, it doesn't take much.
No.
You're listening to the Okayest Hunter podcast. Thanks for tuning in each week. We look forward to taking up your ear space every week and just vomiting out deer trash talk.
Dominating your dome.
Dominating your dome, says
Nice.
Derek. It says on the shirt, actually. It says dominate your dome, public lands. We are presented by Spartan Forge, the premier deer movement predictability AI app that exists in the marketplace. They are doing a lot of stuff over there. They have 3D maps, their contour for their like terrain stuff is
That
super
stuff's
crispy. The mapping stuff is they're quickly becoming a leader in the space. And it's funny because people are like, well, they don't do this, they don't do that. I'm like, well, but they're only like 10 people and they've only been around for like, I don't know, a year or two.
Yeah.
So if this is how much they were able to do with 10 people inside of a year, like that should give you some insight as to what the future is going to hold for those guys.
Buckle up.
And they now have a way to transport your pins in from other apps. So if anyone was on, off, X, whatever it's called, and that was a reason to stay, which that's a compelling reason to stay. If you have 1,000+ pins or hundreds of pins,
Which I did, but I
And-
let it go anyway, and now I don't have those pins
Yeah.
to transfer. But I remember where most of those spots are.
that's probably holding you back anyways.
Yeah, it's fine. Go explore. Find something else.
But no, now you can bring them over. Bo Martonic over at East Meets West, he's on their team, and he did a tutorial video on how to do that through their web app, which is now also available. So it's actually been kind of nice on the web app because we've been pulling up on the big screen. Well, it's not a big screen; it's a bigger screen here in the studio to look at some stuff, and it's pretty cool. They don't have some features over there yet on the web app, like you can change the time of the year, so you get like no foliage versus foliage. That's not available yet. You have to use your phone for that still, but it's still better than what you're going to get on the other stuff to some degree. Victor was here last week. We were just talking about the broads that are on the table here
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that are very sharp, very careful.
A man who speaks from experience.
Yeah. My finger is forever deformed. I got a nice bulge on my index finger on the side.
Get a
from-
nice little scar tissue
yeah.
on there.
Oh, yeah.
That'll teach you to point at that broadhead again.
These things are wicked.
That's a good product. And their arrows, of course, are where it's at. They dropped a lot of knowledge on last week's podcast. So if you want to learn more about their stuff, I highly encourage you to go back a week and listen to an episode before this one that you're currently listening to. And you're going to learn quite a bit about how the arrows fly and how you can engineer your hunt, so to speak. That might be someone else's slogan. I'm just mixing all of our sponsors up. Just like a nice salad.
Lord
Synergy.
have mercy.
Yeah. Latitude, Greg. I
As
know
long as
you were.
don't toss the salad.
It's not. You can toss it a little bit. Just don't be.
Gentle toss.
Just, it depends on what team you're batting for. I don't know.
Gently.
Not discriminating.
Gently.
What kind of dressing you putting on that salad? The Ranch Wrangler over here.
Ranch Wrangler. Seriously.
Vinaigrette villain.
You're in the Okayest Hunter, and we talk about everything but deer hunting.
As long as you don't say French.
Oh,
We don't go there.
the French turd. I don't know what to call that. I don't know. But anyway, Latitude.
Menage a trois.
I hunted out of the. I'm moving on. I'm
I'm so
moving on. I'm
sorry.
bringing the train back
Get my
around.
dad puns in.
No. I think the air brakes were deployed there.
The parachute's been pulled. Oh, okay, we could just go on for a long time here. No, okay. Latitude, outdoors.
Latitude to help check your attitude. There you go.
There we go. Look at that. Getting all punny over here and rhymey.
You
Greg?
both had a little latitude opening weekend, right?
we did.
Opening day.
You did a better job than I did out of your latitude. Not to knock it. It was the first time for me, and I had more complication with finding deer in my scope than I had with the, position in the saddle But those two things combined definitely prohibited my ability to take a shot ethically at a deer that I felt comfortable with. I was going to let it rip at one point. I was like, I don't know. I don't want to freaking injure this damn thing and like walk all the way across this ridge and go figure where the hell I shot it.
That always sucks.
It didn't feel great, so I just didn't do it. But you, sir, whack and stacked 3 of them, and we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
And then did you tag them on Go Wild, or did you load them up on the trophy to earn some points to get some
Well,
money?
I don't think I loaded them up as trophies, but I just made a post.
Yeah. Well, if you do, you should do a trophy because you'll get more points, and those points are worth money.
It's
Trophy
what we
points?
call a trophy doe.
Are they
it's kind
big?
of a big deal.
Pretty big deal.
Oh, that's great.
Couldn't resist.
And look at what we have in the studio, guys. We're replenished in here.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
We're not
Look
dry
at that.
anymore.
Look at this.
They vowed to never let us go dry. You know what? I mean, they only let us go dry for like a half a minute there.
They've done a fine job.
I drove to the distillery where this is made and bottled in Milwaukee here. I think it's Central Waters that does it
Oh, really?
for them. I don't know how that all works, but
There's a partnership there.
there's something going on. It's not my business. I don't care. I just showed up and I was like, wow, look at all this bourbon being made. Can I look at it on the line? And they're like, yeah. So I took a quick little clip.
How I've missed you, sweet bourbon.
It is good. So my buddies were here 2 weeks ago for the deer camp episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's cool.
And I had just gotten the stuff like maybe that day or the day before, whatever. And my buddy Clayton down like half a bottle almost to himself. And he doesn't like bourbon. I was like, well, clearly you like this freaking bourbon because you kept drinking it. And he was pretty drunk by the end of the episode.
Oh boy.
That's deer camp. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are right before deer camp, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean that.
this is going to bring you some luck. That much luck. That's a pretty good amount of luck.
Yeah.
It's upstairs talking to my wife for a while. And she's like, he's really drunk. I was like,
Someone gonna drive him
what
home.
happened to him? I was like, well, he's sleeping here. I mean, he just probably like cutting loose. And he just drove 6 hours from Michigan or whatever it was.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Drop Time. Appreciate that. I've seen some other comments that people have been bringing us to their deer camp, so it's kind of cool.
Good
Anywho,
deal.
Yeah, I gotta say, at deer camp, I like having this because my parents went with Jägermeister this year, and some people maybe like the Jägermeister.
it's a
I'm
it's a
not
fun thing to shoot.
wild about it.
No.
You usually take
not
shots of it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. we
This is a
we
sipper.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
It's a different modality.
Yeah.
The first one we did was warm Jägermeister.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, I've never heard of that. You usually put in the freezer outside.
That's what I said.
Bottle
Why is this not
frosted.
in the freezer? And I was like, oh, I just thought I'd pour one for your buck you got in Illinois. I was like, wait till it's frozen. But we did it.
Where's that? Where's the drop time at? Bring that over.
Let me wash my mouth out with some Robitussin and taste slightly better.
So I think you guys killed deer with guns, and I didn't.
With guns.
I killed Uno deer.
Yeah. Well,
We
deer
did the
collectively.
Menage a Trois deer.
Yeah. Menage. That's 3, right? That's what that means, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got a threesome of does.
I did.
Some doe on doe action over there.
Does from different area codes.
They were in the same area
They
code.
were in the same area.
Don't
code.
fool yourself
No.
there.
Now they're in the
That's
same freezer.
But it's yeah. I mean, they are in the same freezer
All right.
geographically. They're all in
Sleeping
the same
together,
place,
back
so-
sleeping together, just like it was in nature.
That's right.
Dirty does.
Let's just say that property had a major problem with all the public land deer coming out there and chawing down.
Corn or beans or whatever it was.
No. So it was a winter wheat field. It was a wheat field. He picked it, harvested it, and then put in a cover crop of daikon radishes and clover.
I'm sorry, what are dike and radishes?
Right away, you had to go down that.
No, but
I
I'm
knew
not
he
even
was-
trying to
I
get
know-
tricky here. I'm just like,
Yeah,
what
I mean,
is
you
that?
don't
I know
have
what a
to. Your
radish is.
Simple mind isn't that tricky.
I
Trust
know what a
me.
dike is. I know what a dike is in terms of like an irrigation
Google,
thing.
Google it, okay?
I'm not Googling dike. I'm Googling it with Greg right here.
Daikon.
Okay, well,
Daikon
thanks. See?
radishes.
Oh, see, when you say dike
DAIKON.
and the word and, it just sounds like you're saying dike and radishes.
Wow. Not at all.
Someone's got to back me on this. Where are the comments?
Have another hit of bourbon, would you?
You son of a
Jesus.
gun. Welcome to the stream, James from North Carolina.
Sweet.
Sorry that you're here with us for your own sake.
For your own sake. Listen to these three idiots.
So he's planted this winter
Yeah.
stuff.
So daikon radishes grow about a 3 to 4.
Just
Okay,
stop.
so
saying-
now
just
when he
say
said it-
radishes. Just
Now
say
when he said it,
radishes.
he did that on purpose.
So the
No one has ever called a
radishes-
freaking radish a daikon radish in the history of radishes.
The radish grows about a 3 to 4 foot taproot, so it helps the farmer aerate his soil. So they will grow, get green, get nice lush tops on them. The deer love them, And then,
Love a good top.
yeah, I bet you do. And
Just watch out for my
deer
rack.
eat 'em. Yeah, I will. I will. It's fine.
If it wasn't
wait to
so
get
big,
my-
I wouldn't have bumped into it.
Right.
The first thing I did was try to get my hands on that.
Lord have mercy.
It's a very clean episode because we
Yeah.
started with hand sanitizer.
And now we're talking about dike and radishes. So
You're the one that brought it up.
You're the one that brought it up, not me.
Why
I
did
think we got to get back on topic and talk
Yeah.
about laying down some dough.
So yeah. Anyway, the deer were coming in there hot and heavy off the public, and I got access to the public. Was able to hang on the public and take some does.
Okay.
Long story short, so 3 of them died gloriously.
Some pretty damn good shooting.
Yeah, it didn't go too bad.
Sharpshooter. Put it where you intended to put it.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Derek, get your mind out of the,
Thank you.
gutter. Daikon.
See,
That sounds weirder
it's on.
now that I said it out
Not
loud.
And see,
But the way you said it sounded like and.
no. See, he knows.
Thank you, Facebook user.
Clarify that for you.
Oak Tree Dreams. I suspect it's true. It usually is. We got a crew
Mhm.
over there. But good evening, gents. How are you? We are well. Well on our way to drinking some bourbon.
Congrats to those boys too, because
Putting them down. You want to call in?
They laid down a whole bunch of bucks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Watch this, guys. Watch what I can do on the
Judging
screen.
from the old Instagrammer.
Boom. There's a ticker on our screen with our phone number. So if anyone, and I'll do the
I don't
overlay.
see- Yeah, it's
also.
broken.
No, it's
Shit.
not.
You
You guys
broke
are
it.
just slow. I'll do both. Look at that. You
Don't call
can't-
me slow.
Who's he calling slow?
Yeah, who you calling slow?
No, it's slow. You're
Mister, I can't find the deer in the scope.
Oh.
Where is it? Oh, I'm looking through the wrong end.
it's foggy when you
forgot
breathe.
to take the
Hey, you always
scope
make fun
cover
of me
off.
for.
Yeah, that's how it sounds.
You got to take your breathing
My
down a
Lord.
notch there.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
stand there, boy.
Look at I got
Wow.
the phone number listed 2 different ways here for folks that are
Holy
wondering.
crap.
It's pretty loud.
That's pretty good.
I didn't know I could do a ticker until like a week ago. I was like, wait, what is this? What is
Yeah.
this
I
nonsense?
was just fumbling around, putzing around in this computer, and found this nifty new little feature that really isn't so new, but it's been there for
It's
a
been there
while.
the whole time. I had no idea. Sounds like
I
the
wonder
deer.
what this does.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of work cutting up 3 does.
Tell me about it.
What'd you
Yeah, how was
did you
your
do it all at
process?
once? Like, what'd you do?
Well, the nice part is I was able to drive my truck and get them loaded into the truck, so it wasn't a far drag.
Yeah.
But I did take them away from there into another field dressed them, and took them home. Realized that I don't have enough places to hang 3 deer in my garage, so I went off to my mother-in-law's, where she's got nice wide open rafters and all sorts of places for me to hang bodies. So
Jesus, bodies, man.
Yeah.
Take a deer. Just
Do you
say
have some
deer.
pulleys?
Let
Sling
the
over there, or
bodies
what'd
hit
you
the
do?
floor.
Drew's calling in.
Oh, Drew's calling in. Yeah, I'm up. I did not have pulleys.
Hey, Drew, you're live on the show.
Should
Welcome.
talk about that.
Mhm.
I need to.
How's
hey,
it going?
buddy.
Drew,
I think people,
you should call in.
Yeah, boy.
yeah, hopefully
you
people
are.
can hear you because we've had some comments about not being able to hear our call, but we can hear you, so it's okay. Anywho,
Good. How'd your season go?
For me, I mean, I got a buck. I got a farm. I mean, I got meat freezer.
Hell yeah.
I ain't gonna complain. And it was cold as hell too. This bad opening weekend.
Oh,
So, I mean,
yeah.
honestly warmed you up a little bit, but for as what was it?
I was gonna say. I mean, I think that was the reason a lot of guys pulled triggers was just to get the hell out of the misery.
that was a cold city. And you're a Wisconsin guy. You know what we were doing.
Yeah, this year, honestly, I'd have to say, and it's hard for me to say because it's never happened, but this is probably me and my brothers the worst year ever. Like, we didn't really see too many deer. Probably the fewest shots I've ever earned for an opening day or opening weekend. That's better. But, I mean, as you can see, like, as a whole, our crew, like, just smashed opening weekend. So, I mean, can't really complain on that.
Heck yeah. How many
Yeah.
bucks did you guys put down for the Oak Tree Dreams?
And how many people are in your crew? Let's talk about that and then get to the Bucks and who
Yeah,
got what.
Yeah, yeah.
So technically, okay, so there's me, Jared with 120, so there's 2 Jareds, a Jake, a Jared,
Jesus.
and Billy, who's the newest guy who waterfall hunts a lot.
So you got the J
And
squad plus a
Zach,
B.
my brother.
Okay.
Oh,
And my brother, he's kind of just hit and miss. He shows up when he wants out of it. So, I mean, I don't know if he's really like the seventh guy or not. He's part of it, but he has worked in the lab in Madison and whatnot. So,
That's cool. That's
That's a
a
solid
healthy
crew.
crew. Yeah. A lot of J's in there. And then you got Billy. I like how that
it gets very confusing.
Hell, Drew sounds like a J almost. Drew.
Yeah.
Drew, Jarrett, Jordan, Johnny, Jingleheimer Schmidt. Jeez, oh man.
Yeah,
It makes me think of all the alcohol.
yeah, pretty much
Jack.
out of all of
Rosé.
us, I think only, there's only two people. So out of 7, didn't get a buck. Which one is my brother? I kind of laughed at him about it. He kind of hugged his butt off this year again. Kind of like last year when I shot that giant. Like I went on one time, shot a buck, and that was it. Like I think that was my second time hunting this year myself, just because of a lot of personal stuff that came up. That I went out first. We could have shot a spike actually, but my brother had to tell me that, like, talk me out of it a little bit, because it was pretty small. The body wasn't, meat. I mean, I wanted to, I was going to be proud of it, but he's like, there's really nothing on it. Like let it go, wait for it though. But the next day, that was the only deer we seen actually. Saturday, which was silent. But Sunday, when I seen that fork, I was like, he first goes, my brother first looks to his left, he's like, dude, there's a bobcat coming. I'm like, what? And I look over, and I'm like, dude, that's a deer. He goes, oh, I guess it is.
I guess it is.
Can you not know the difference, bro? I was like, well, at least look. He looked through his scope and he's like, yeah, it looks like one with your name on it. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He goes, well, it's a fork. I was like, all right, good enough for me. I put my gun in front of him, like, kind of linked it up against, we were sitting in a double that day and two-man pin, and I put it on the railing, and it kind of just in front of him. I'm like, all right, just plug it in. And it went off. It was early in the morning, so like there was complaints and shit. He's like, you can burn my head off. I'm like, well, we got the deer though.
Due for a haircut anyway, brother.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. It's awesome. I can't complain. I mean, there's some people in town that are like, oh, look at this guy. They said this hole, and I'm like, yeah, look at you, dude. I got one still trying to get you, and you guys like, oh, bro.
I'm gonna go home and cook up some pack straps. Like,
Hell yeah.
Oh, I did. I went right home and did that. They went, oh, you got the deer. I was like, yeah, I tried calling you. She goes, oh, you want another reception. I was like, you put me in a voicemail 3 times. Like, she goes, she had a house full of kids. Her couple of her friends came over and like a big lunch for all of us. We got back. So
nice.
Sounds
cool.
awesome.
That's fun, man. Good deal. So did you share those lines with anybody, or just eat them by yourself?
I ate half when I was cooking them, and then I gave them to the rest of people. So
Let them fight over the scrap.
How do you cook them? Did you get some mushrooms and onions and butter in there, or you got a
You just
certain?
warm them until the blood disappears off the outside, and then you pop them in your mouth.
It sounds like you did.
pretty much just a frying pan, butter, onions, mushrooms, and garlic, and then just color done for preference.
15 seconds aside.
15 seconds aside.
Slip them down.
Slurp them down, baby. Like
Yep.
eating oysters.
They're still right away.
That's right.
That's good. Is that stuff going to be up on your? You guys got a YouTube channel? We gonna be able to watch any of that, or what?
Unfortunately, for something happened to like all of our ability to even film anything, because my fork was going to be actually filmed and get put up there, and my brother dropped his phone out of the tree stand as he was recording, so we didn't get that.
That's
no wonder we all.
Dude,
that
Yeah.
needs to be on our show.
Yeah,
Sounds
send
like
me that.
us.
Send me that clip, and
That's
we'll
our
make you guys internet
Yeah,
famous.
yeah, we'll help you out with that.
And then Billy was getting into the film, but Billy, he actually sent his duck boat. I don't know if you guys seen that post
I
on
did see
Instagram.
that post.
You guys,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
he
gotta
sent his
merge.
duck
We gotta
boat.
merge.
Yeah, he dumped his boat and lost all his camera gear in the bottom of Mississippi.
And
Holy
shotguns.
crap.
Another guy only filmed off his phone, and he broke his phone the day before opener.
So
I don't know what happened.
nothing you guys did this season was meant to be caught on camera, apparently.
Gotta invest.
No. And, you know, I even told him right before Gunseason, I'm like, dude, so Gunseason, like, the biggest time on YouTube, like, you gotta get this film, this and that, and then it kind of comes and we're all just like, everyone's killing giants and whatnot, and I'm like, so what's going to get it for film? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then all this, all these excuses come up, dude, what the hell?
Oh, boy.
But, I mean, I have an excuse to go along with it, too, because, oh, yeah, you know, and it's not always about that. I mean, you have the memories in your head and all the laughs, so, I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the important part. You know, filming is a tricky. I'll forego it every single time. I didn't get the buck that I shot on film. I got
but
the
you
buck
got-
on film.
but
I
you
didn't
got
get
the
any shooting on
moments-
film.
You got the moments leading up to it, which were pretty cool.
yeah.
and you know, we got plenty of footage afterwards, I think.
Yeah, so we cover. And you know what? You can't post that shit anywhere on social media anyways.
Yeah.
So
you'll get dinged
who
for it.
cares?
Oh, yeah. That's the other part, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people they just cut that part out of the film nowadays because you can't show it anywhere
And
without
once
getting your
they-
wrist slapped.
And once they find the deer, they got to put it in black and white because
Yeah.
you can't have any red blood on there.
Yeah, you gotta be
So
real careful.
it just fades out black.
That's why we put to go up. So,
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
There you go.
Yep.
That's where the good stuff belongs
Yeah.
anyway.
More people are flocking over there for good reason. Well, thanks for the call, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
no problem. Dude, I'm really good at work and that's the last 3 hours. So, don't tell me.
All right.
We won't tell you.
I
Does your
won't
boss
say a
listen to
word.
the podcast?
No, you don't actually is. You know,
Okay, we won't tell them about it.
I've
Never had someone
guys-
not tell someone about the
you know,
podcast. Got it. Good stuff. We'll get some work done while you can.
All right, you guys have a great night.
All right,
You
you
too,
too.
bud. See ya.
Congrats again, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Congrats to you guys too on your awesome season. So,
Sweet.
all right, talk to you later.
Adios.
Bye.
That's good. It's good to hear from people.
What's up, Evan?
I don't know any other podcasts where you can call in. Well, I don't know. I don't know any.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a live one.
Yeah, that's nice. Although the Belly Up podcast, the You Betcha guy, they're doing some call. I don't know how they're doing it, but it looks like they're sitting at a bar. At a bar.
They're probably reaching out to some friends going, hey,
What's
you
a
should
bar?
probably.
Yeah. But no, but there are some that like one dude called in and he's like, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I gotta take care of something. And here he goes,
Is ditch,
just shot a couple
ditch hunting-
ducks.
No, it
or
wasn't
pheasants. Yeah. I was like, and they're like, did you just go shoot the pheasants
They're
right
allowed
now?
to road hunt in the Dakotas.
Yeah.
So
It was funny though, like that. So it must have been a
That's all you do.
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people do. It's not what I do.
Winning
But,
hearts and minds with
speaking of-
the Collins.
Speaking of pheasant hunting, there, Jeff commented. Tyler.
Yeah,
out
Tyler.
there
Tyler,
Pheasant hunting in Iowa right now. Good
All
luck, guys. Go get a big one.
go get
And
it.
being very
Shoot a booner.
okay, Jeff, that's not acceptable. You guys need to set the bar a little higher. And
One thing-
do a little more than okay
You guys are the
with the
dog
world's
pros.
greatest bird dog
Go
and
shoot the
Tyler
shit out
meeting
of
next
them.
to
Yeah, Tyler's got the best bird dog in the state.
Yeah,
Best dog, as far as I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just
everyone
the
that came to the
best
trade
dog.
show last March got to meet Mac.
Mac
yeah.
was incredible.
Mac
Mac is-
was more of a draw than anything else.
Mac sold more hats than
He
Max,
did.
Max sold more hats than Tyler did showing leg.
Tyler gave away a lot of free.
The shorts are a little too short.
They
though.
were short, but you know, we'll
Who
cut
had
them
short
some slack.
shorts?
Just wait till you see this
You,
year's
you
pair.
see, you were COVID, so you.
Oh, that one
you
day?
weren't there that one day.
Yeah, I missed out.
Just wait till you
anyway.
see this year's pair. He said he's going to wear it at the
Yeah,
trade show.
Daisy Dukes.
Tyler, they're
Yeah.
gold.
A lederhosen.
Sequins.
And the pockets will be hanging out.
2 rows of sequins. That's how big they are. Just 2 rows.
Yeah.
You're going to look great, Tyler.
Yeah.
Hey, John, you're live on the podcast. How's it going?
Good guys. How are you?
Oh,
Excellent.
there's that guy.
We're good. It came through John Spell flu. So, but I know what it really is John Spell flu.
Yeah. So one word to describe the opener. Cold. Just cold.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I've been doing this a long time, and that's the coldest opener I've ever sat. It was brutal.
I must have just been in a good spot.
But I gotta go. I put it up 4 or 5 goals.
good.
Yeah, but,
Nice.
Nice.
that was a cold opener. And Greg
Daikon.
That's our
Daikon.
Facebook user. He was in the Shooter Buck Club.
That's our guy. He's
Yeah.
always looking out for me. Thanks, John. Appreciate you.
Yeah. See, if Greg wouldn't have said it wrong, I wouldn't have got all sexual on him.
Well, you would have found a way.
Right.
He's all weird about that shit. Anyway.
It just went down a really cool rabbit hole.
Always.
So, I really called it for 2 reasons. Number one, to direct Greg on Daikon. And the other reason, the real story that I had from Gun Deer season was I'm guessing that there are listeners that probably know Durham
Yes.
and probably know what he's doing with sharing the land. And I've been fortunate enough to talk with him. And we ended up actually doing a hunt on a property that myself and I did some work on. We did conservation work on the land earlier this summer, and we got to hunt it last weekend. So I just thought I'd share that, and it's just another way for your listeners to get access. So I hope that's a shameless plug, and I hope you guys aren't upset with me for doing that. But
You can shameless plug all you want.
No, I think it's.
I think it's good.
As long as Doug,
Maybe look.
invites us back to that cold ass barn of his again, that barn house, we'll be happy to.
That's coming up here in a couple weeks. So,
Yeah, it is.
yeah. But yeah, so that was, my hunt was really, it was largely uneventful. I didn't see a whole lot of bucks, but it was cold and it was miserable. But got to spend some time with some cool people and family and friends, and ate some good food. Hell, that's what it's all about anyway, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
did you end up making? What were you going to make? I forget. You called in beforehand to tell us what you're going to make. Was it?
But I mean, queso, wild turkey queso. That was it.
Sounds great,
Yeah,
John.
people eat the shit out of it. So yeah, it was good stuff.
That's a good.
It was good stuff. But
I always make
but
sure to
anyway,
pack
so, I just
Tylenol and heartburn medicine for deer camp.
Yeah, right. So anyway, but all right, guys, I'll let you go. I had to call it just a shameless plug, but I think it's pretty cool what's going on with that sharing the land thing. I mean, there's access out there if people want to do a little conservation work, so it's fun to do. And congrats on you get a call on the whole year. So good job. Look forward to seeing you all soon.
Yeah,
Likewise,
John, before you go there, I just want to put a plug in for you. No shame involved, but what you and Tony have been doing with the Share the Hunt, and Greg helped out with
Some of the
the
mentor
Hunt in
hunts.
Common.
Yeah.
Yep, mentored hunts. That's been really fun to watch, and what you guys have been doing to help people
We
get
got
started in hunting is really
we got more
awesome.
things coming. So I kind of say I'm
Starting awesome. We're busy with it. I appreciate that. We got a lot of stuff going on with it. So, and that's where a good portion of my season went. I'm super happy with that. Was I don't know how many people I shared blinds with or sat in the street with this year. It was super fun. So it was a really fun fall for me. Busy as hell, but it was fun.
I'd love to get involved
It
with
was a lot of
some
fun.
spring turkey hunts if you need any help with that. If you got people lined up to do some of that, I'd love to get in on that too.
Yeah, John, we'll have a discussion after this. Maybe if not tonight, tomorrow or something. We'll circle the wagons and
I mean, we've got a tentative thing in outside already. So yeah, we've got stuff in the works for it. So
Good deal.
good luck to you guys all.
awesome.
Thanks for all you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call. Tell Doug we
All
say
right.
hi.
All
See
right.
ya.
Yeah.
He's very good with the food too. When we were at
The venison heart was great.
That was the first time I had heart, and
Same.
I had every
Really?
time. And then he also made those shredded venison sandwiches.
Yeah, that's
those
right.
were the best.
Which I don't think I missed the dinner in the lodge.
Yeah.
I must have ate about 3-4 of those.
Oh, those are good. Yeah,
He had a lot of it. It was
Yeah,
a big
they
old
were
like
good.
Nesco or whatever, a big
it
old
was delicious.
slow cooker, whatever they're called.
Yeah, you'll never starve if John's around.
No, he likes to take care of people,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
Very
Clearly
gracious.
mentoring
Yep.
hunts and feeding people.
He's a good man.
Sharing the land. God, he's such a he was taught really at a young age how to share. Something my kids know nothing about right now.
I'm still working.
Developmental appropriate.
I enjoy going and helping out with that stuff too. John's the one that put me on to helping with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you've been to 2-3 things.
just one thing so far, and then
You just
like
keep getting invited to stuff.
I keep getting invited to things. I was supposed to mentor a bow hunt. I couldn't make it. My aunt passed away.
Yeah.
So that took me out of that. I am going to be mentoring somebody for the doe hunt on the 11th of December. I'll be up at the Durin Farm. Looking
Cool.
forward to that. Just somebody that hasn't shot a deer in a while, or maybe has never shot a deer,
Mhm.
and I'll get to be there with them, hopefully coaching them along.
Good.
Yeah.
You'd be a great teacher to have along, Greg.
We'll find out.
Taught me quite a bit in the deer woods. So
Absolutely. And you did did you do the squirrel hunt
I did do the
with
squirrel
Tony,
hunt.
or was that at Tony's place?
It wasn't
or-
at Tony's place, so that was at Doug Durin's also.
Gotcha.
So I took a guy that had done some hunting and just kind of, hey, this is kind of what I know. Let's see if we can get some squirrels, and we did.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Super cool.
is
Yep.
Brock listening to this episode? He's probably going to invite you to 2 more things by the time this episode's done.
Yeah, it's
Invite
Hey,
her or
Greg.
sign up.
Brock and John. Those two have been very instrumental in getting me involved with that stuff. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
But you're a good
John.
teacher, believe it or not. So I know
Thank
you're
you.
pretty modest, sometimes too modest.
Yeah.
You know, came out and helped me track this buck.
Keep yourself humble.
You know?
It's
Have
the
you
way to
shown
do
that
it.
off yet on the?
Yeah, I think we
You have it
did.
last
When,
week?
we
I
did when
haven't-
Vector was here.
I haven't shared any of that footage. I put it.
I've
on
pieced some of it out
yeah,
on YouTube,
yeah.
but not much.
I don't want to ruin the surprise. So,
Yeah.
but I got some really good video and some good footage and some good little moments. And
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it turns out to be when
Very
it's all
cool.
said
The
and
stuff
done.
with my dad is the stuff that cracks me up the most.
Yeah,
it's
I
just the
so I
whole
did
thing.
watch one of those clips the other day, and I was just laughing. Like I'm glad I shut the phone off before he dropped his shorts.
I mean, yeah.
Like literally,
Moon
shut
does.
the phone off,
Yeah.
and there he goes. And yep, he's gonna. Nope, don't do it.
We could have blurred that out.
That
He
could've
was
been
so
fun.
excited.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, we're all pretty excited. So, and you got a buck with the gun
Got a
in the
buck.
Northwoods, which is not easy to do.
The Northwoods.
The
Did you do like
Northwoods
a Hal
there.
Blood style? Like what happened?
So
Not exactly.
I
You
wanted
take your
to-
boots off again?
I went, boots stayed on, but the jacket was off. So everyone who was saying it was cold, I
When
felt
you're
bad.
moving around,
Because
the way
I
you
was
were
walking
moving- oh,
around,
yeah.
like
You're
I just had
sweating.
my zip up on, and I was like good to go. But I sat in the morning, super unprepared this season, going to Illinois and whatnot, and I just didn't make it up north to scout. And I have a spot that I've been going to, the spot I went last year
Yeah.
when Greg went. I had some luck there, but last year I just noticed the deer movement had shifted. They weren't coming through the spot.
Yeah, we
anymore.
didn't have a ton of action through there. A couple
You had a
goes.
little bit of action,
Yeah.
couple those. I didn't see anything
Right.
opening day last year, so I didn't have much faith in it. I had hung a camera there in the beginning of September, I think.
Yeah.
To kind of see, like, is this spot going to be worthwhile?
Is it really gonna
And I
do
never
it?
got to go up and check it.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was like bouncing around. I was in my head, like, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. My dad said he's going to go to the spot that was just north of there. He's like, I just made up my mind. I said, I'll just go with you.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go walk in together and let's just, like, who cares if I get one or not? Like, let's have a dad moment.
Mhm.
So I went in with dad. We walked in. We ended up passing up a bunch of tracks, some open scrapes in the snow, walking in. We're like all excited. And then we get back to this like island we're on. There's like barely any tracks.
Man.
So we're sitting and I'm up in a tree and the wind's blowing. You know, it's cold. And dad texted me, I think it was like 8:30. And he's like, I don't have any tracks by me. I'm going for a walk. I was like, cool.
Yep.
I'll probably wait another hour. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Uh-huh.
So I went and checked that camera, and there was fawn tracks here and there, but it just didn't look good. So my dad texted, he's like, meet me at the truck at 11. Perfect. So we each did a little walk around, check things out. Didn't see any deer. Met at the truck, and for the first time in my hunting career, we went back to the cabin on opening day.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
We
wow.
sit all day, every day, every year I've ever.
Yeah,
done it.
I've never
From 12
missed
years
an all-day
old on.
sit.
I've
Yep.
never gone back to the truck.
Yeah, because that's what we did last year.
I
Like,
never gone back
stayed
to
in
the truck in
stand
my
the entire
life.
day.
And that's when I shot all my bucks, is in the middle of the day.
Yep.
Yep.
When other people do that, but I was like, whatever, I'm going with dad. So we went back, sat by the fire, had lunch. We took a nap. I told my mom, because my mom was watching the field out in the back by the cabin. And I said, don't let me sleep more than 10 minutes. All of a sudden I wake up. She's like, hey, it's been 10 minutes. I was fully asleep. I was like, oh, feeling fresh. Let's go hunting. I was like, good to go. So dad had an area that he had bow hunted this past fall, a new spot.
Yeah.
That had tons of oak trees. There was just acorns everywhere. He's like, let's go check it out. I know it gets a lot of hunting pressure because it's right by a really popular lake. And he's like, let's go take a drive and see how many trucks there are. And there's a lot of trucks, but all the oak leaves in the snow were all ripped up, like deer all over.
They're
There's
pawing it up.
rubs everywhere. There's still acorns. There's the deer feeding in there.
Or should we
We
should we
saw-
go Hal Blood and say they were parring?
parring up.
They're all parring.
So we drive around. There's trucks all over the place, and Dad had some spots that he wanted to sit. He ran some cameras there, and everything was at night. And the sign looked good, but I was like, I knew they're not going to be there. So I'm looking at the map. He's like, you could go here. You know, Dad's trying to set me up, hook me up like he always does. He's so good at that. And I said, hey, have you ever been down this road up? You know, it's like a mile east of where my dad wanted to go. And he's like, oh, I've been down there before, but it didn't look as good. And I was like, just drop me off there. Tell me where you're going to park the truck, and I'm just going to still hunt. Because on the map just looked like big hills. I was like, it's windy. I'm not going to sit. I'm just going to walk around, poke around. So he dropped me off, and I just went to the steepest crap I could found a little spine ridge, and I dropped off, and I just went a little ways, 80 yards. And all of a sudden I saw 3 does get up on the ridge across from me, and they were feeding. There was no people tracks there. All the trucks were parked like 400 yards down the road where it was nice flat, full of oaks. So I drop off into these bowls, and I immediately saw a deer, poked over another ridge, saw another deer, came up to this top. There was like a little bowl on top that was thick. Thought this would be a great spot for him to bed, start creeping around, jump up a hill. I'm like, this is awesome. I just saw like 5 deer. I've been here for like 30 minutes.
That's
This is
more than you
incredible.
saw all last year up there.
For real. Like, this is awesome. And area I'd never been into. And all of a sudden
Yeah.
I start finding some rubs, and it's just so windy. You know, like they can't hear you.
Yep.
You just go slow.
Take
they can't
advantage of
hear you.
that.
Yeah, so that's what I did, and I just kind of poked around, saw a couple more does, and just kept bumping on. Like, this is not the direction I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to be going west, but I dropped around this big ridge and started heading south. And as I'm hooking around, I get to the back part of the ridge where I'm expecting some deer to be, kind of leeward side, and there I pop over, and that snow squall starts hitting right as I'm popping over. So snowing like crazy. Peek up, and like 20 to 30 yards away, there's 2 little fawns bedded. They kind of see me, but they don't know what's going on. So they're sitting there looking, and I kind of stand up on this rock. They stand up, and then a doe stands up that I didn't see, and they took off down the valley. Excuse me. So I was like, well, I got to see if there's anything with them. Take off down the valley. I run down the hill about 20 yards, get a look, nothing with them. And I turn over, and up on the side of the ridge above me a little bit, it's just a buck laying there in the snow with a doe just looking at me, and it's squalling. So I throw my scope up. I can see it's a buck, but I can't really see how big it is. And I'm like, I could have shot it using the wide open. I was like, he's laying there. I don't know how big it is. And then the doe gets up. She takes off side hilling around. And as soon as he got up, I was like, I'm only going further from the road. I'm just going to shoot this one. You look pretty good. Like,
Yeah,
it's
good enough.
already some big hills between me and the road. So, and then when he started running, it was like more interesting. And he's running, and there's a big blowdown, and she jumps the blowdown. It's like the only opening I have. And as soon as he got in the opening, I shot, and he was quartering away, and I hit him right below the spine, and it exited right through the front, and he just dropped, spined him. So he crashed right on the other side of the log, but he was still,
Kicking around.
alive. So
Yeah.
I'm all jacked up. Like, I don't know how you held off 3 shots in a row on 3 different does. Because like once I shoot, I'm just like, my brain turns off, and I'm just like, boom, boom. I shoot 2 more times. I'm like, why am I shooting from here? There's like a ton of brush. He can't even move. Like, just run.
You
up
never
there.
even phased him.
No, I didn't even hit him. There's
No.
a tree with a hole blown in it. When I got over there.
Been there, done that.
So I went running up, around him, and I got right above him, and he was pretty much done. But I just don't like seeing him laying there alive. So
Right.
I put 1 more on him, and got a buck.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool.
If I got my gun out right now and got my bolt action going, I'd be fumbling around with it, and I could do it. It'd be kind of like janky. But when I am racking around a deer, it happens in like a fucking
You don't even
millisecond.
think-
I'm just
It's not
ready to go.
thought.
Boom, boom, boom. It's just that adrenaline kicks in, and things operate the way they're supposed to. And I love the bolt action. I love racking other rounds. I feel like a sniper. It's the best feeling.
And I don't know how that works. Like, I read all kinds of books, like the Benoit guys, the tracking guys, the Hell Blood. I
Yeah.
love that stuff. And those guys are like practicing, because that's what they do. They shoot a running
Well,
deer.
yeah. I mean, they have a target set up on rails where they actually run that target, and they're shooting running, but they also use pump rifles.
And they like roll like a weighted tire that's got like a big weight in one side down a hill. So
Yep.
it bounces
Oh,
like
yeah,
irregularly,
interesting.
and
Yeah.
they shoot at like a target painted on there. I don't ever freaking practice. But like, I feel like when it's on a deer,
You're good. The first time I ever
always
shot,
no-
I'm gonna be
It's
honest
always
with
no
you.
problem.
If you want to improve your running shot ability, go duck hunt. Go duck hunt or go hunt
yeah.
grouse. Like, trying to lead a teal when they're buzzing your decoys full speed
60
Mach-
miles an hour.
yeah, at Mach 2, they're a hoot to shoot at. I mean, you get 3 shots to make it happen. If you don't get it on the first or second, that third is a glory shot, and when you crush it on the third shot, it's something else.
When I got my rifle, I was shooting with a shotgun that's at my dad's house, and it's old and big and awkward. The first year I ever killed with it. Oh, here we go with the freaking beer on the table. Oh boy, we got a bottle opener here, somewhere, don't we?
No,
We used to.
it's MIA.
Oh boy, did it work?
Did you, Bob?
Oh, you got some table in there
Got
with
some
you.
table with
Got a
it.
little
Where'd
bite
the
there.
bottle opener
There's,
go?
there's a few bite marks over there.
I'll
Why
just
don't you do it on the edge over here?
Should we do the edge on that?
Greg's trying to open up beer.
I don't know if I've ever had a Busch Light apple.
They're not bad.
Well, I mean, if you like girly drinks, you might like that shit.
It's not bad. Can you really not get it?
I can, but you're gonna be missing more chunks. No, what do you? There you go. Maybe. No, what are you doing?
Jeez,
What are you
it's
doing
not
there?
gonna work.
Here, give me that.
Where did the
before you hurt
bottle opener
yourself.
go?
Before you hurt yourself.
Don't
Let
ever
me-
lose your bottle opener, people.
Let
Well,
me-
hey, I did forget the best part of that whole story was not what I just described. The best part was my dad was a mile away.
That didn't work at all.
My
Here.
dad was a mile away. He barely got into the
Don't
woods.
open that one.
Yeah, we'll leave this.
Here, use
Here.
this.
Are you
Let me
thirsty?
see that. Let me see that.
So I got to call my dad, and he came right over, and we got to drag that buck out together, which was by far the best part. We got out right as
Oh, drink it, chug, chug,
This is
chug.
for. I'm not drinking
It's
it.
not for me.
I just
hell.
opened
Well,
this
now it's
one.
for you.
The OKS antler just opened a beer.
That was actually
You had to
really
pry on that
impressive.
sucker.
I didn't know if it was going to
You
happen.
wore a little bit of it, a few ounces. It's all good.
Oh yeah, that's a good beer.
That's that brown ale.
Yeah, it's nice. Sorry guys and gals tuning into whatever just happened there. That was a lot of rigmarole to open a single beer.
That's how we do it here at the OK. Center.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few pieces, bites out of the table here. It's all
It's your
good.
table. I don't know. Do
No,
what
it's
you
your
want.
table.
We've purposely not finished it.
Yeah, I just built it for you, buddy.
I remember when you showed up at this table. It was a big deal. I was so freaking excited. It was
You
like
were.
the
I'm like-
moment this podcast became like for real for me. Because before it was just me at a weird desk with one mic.
And I took the Forstner bit and punched a hole through the middle, and Bob's your uncle.
I don't know that one.
What were we talking about? I was talking
All
about the first
derail.
deer I shot with my rifle, real quick.
We were talking about his hunt.
Yeah,
And then-
but then I was talking about we were talking about sniping deer, moving targets.
Yep.
I remember there was a pine
Back
leaning
when
up
you were
against
living
the
in your
pine,
mom's basement.
and I had my rifle first time ever. Didn't have my new scope
Very
on yet. I
happily.
wrapped the
Sling.
sling around my arm, rested it on this blowdown, and there was a doe running 90 yards. Run shot, rack another round. Couldn't find her. No idea where she went. I was like, but did she get away?
Freaking Houdini.
Nailed her right in the heart. She dropped. I never saw her drop. She like behind, and then we got there. Like there's a point of impact. She dropped. We got her up, got the heart out right in the freaking heart. And I was like,
Nice.
90 yards running, first shot with my new rifle, and it was used, by the way. I got it used from Gander Mountain at the time, and I was like, that was about the coolest thing ever. Like,
Is that still the rifle you use?
yeah.
Dude, confidence is everything in a gun. I
Mm.
don't
Oh,
give a
so
shit
cool.
what caliber you use, guys.
No, it
argue about
doesn't
that.
matter if you.
Confidence is everything. That's the only thing that matters.
Well, and I have a ton of confidence in that rifle that I have. I've had that thing since I was 16.
Oh yeah,
And
you know it.
I know
It's a
it.
beautiful rifle.
It's a gorgeous rifle. It's too nice to be dragging around and bouncing through the cattail marsh,
what?
but it's killed plenty of deer for me.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, cattails don't scratch guns, but if you fall in the right spot, you lose guns.
So, but if you're trekking through cattails in waist deep water with a tree stand on your back and you have the gun slung, it scratches the living shit out of the yeah.
that tree stand well.
So when I take pictures of that gun and share them on social,
There's one side.
it
It's
gets-
got its
you
good
get-
side and its
you
bad,
get
just
the
like
pretty
you.
side.
Just like you,
You don't
Greg.
get see, I got the ugly side and the pretty side.
like Cruella
And the
DeVille.
funny thing is both of our ugly side is the same. So
I tell you what, I learned at a young age that with a bolt action,
Mhm.
it makes a big difference what side you put your sling on. Because you put your sling on the wrong side where your
gonna
bolt's
rub
facing your
thing in you.
body.
oh yeah.
Your action will open it up. If you're
Uh-huh.
walking through the woods in daylight and your gun's loaded,
See,
you're gonna lose some shit. You're gonna
so-
lose that
Yeah,
shell.
I never thought of it. I
And
just
I've
never
lost
did
a
it.
shell like
That's
that.
characteristic of a couple of
Of
rifles.
an OKS hunter.
Well, but to be fair, it is characteristic of the Remington 700.
That's exactly.
You can
what
have
I
the
shoot.
safety on, and that bolt will throw open.
Yep.
I've never had that happen.
I shoot an A bolt. Not that it makes me any better, but that bolt stays locked when the safety is set to on. So that is something to consider. And then the Winchester Model 70s. They have
What scopes do you guys have on? Do you guys use over unders or what do you?
I do not have an over under. I kind of wish I did, but I just
Same.
have a Nikon Monarch.
That's what I have, the Nikon Monarch, because I
So,
heard that
never
if I
done
go
me
out
wrong.
west, it
And
could
the
be
funny-
great for elk.
The funny part is I owned a 700 with a 3-9 Monarch on it also. I sold it.
That scope was expensive. I mean, for me at the time, it was $400 or $500.
It's a good.
And
scope.
that's about as
and
much as I paid
honestly,
for my gun.
Back then, that was a good scope, and that's nothing to now. You know, that gets you probably about
Really?
better than basic.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right. Well, to look at the Vortex stuff, probably right.
So
there.
I ended up putting a Vortex Viper on mine. That is a 4-16 by 44. It's more of a Western.
Yeah, that's a
open-
long range.
I wanted mine to be able to do both, because I mean, at some point I'm going to end up out west doing something.
Well, and that's why I put that scope on, thinking I would probably get out there to rifle hunt elk or
Yeah.
something.
Will Bowen just did an article for us that got published this morning
Yep.
about 5 things to consider for a Western hunt. He's one of our writers. He's pretty good.
Sweet.
It was,
Sorry,
it was a good article.
I never wrote my article. I was going to say.
No one did.
No,
I
sorry.
totally didn't. I underestimated how much hunting season would F up. We got about a goose egg of content for November from everyone, including myself included.
I literally did.
Sorry,
But you had a
guys.
good idea for one.
I did. It's still a great idea. It's right there. It's really good.
So
If
start
you
not
guys
like-
could read it, it's really good.
So start putting it down now, and we'll have ammunition for next November. And that's probably what
Yeah.
we need to start doing, is getting a little more ahead.
I just want to go all the
Something
time.
called a
I don't-
backlog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
build a backlog of content.
I get beer on my computer. That's not good.
Well, you did it.
I was trying to build some hunting content, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of good blogs. We got some good writers.
Yeah.
And y'all have been doing it for Go Wild. We stopped putting it on our site and having it go out on their site. I think there's more people that read that than ours. So
Really,
Maybe.
we weren't good enough to put on the OKS Hunters. So
No, you're
well,
better
we'll just
than
hide this
is the
over
point.
Here.
I'm cool with that.
Believe
I know
me.
it's not good enough for anyone.
Right.
That's why I don't write.
Right?
That's why I don't write.
No, but you're a hell of a artiste, though.
I was talking with Bo the other day, and I was talking about footage.
Have you? I'm sorry.
the-
I have to
sorry.
stop you for 2 seconds. I cannot help it.
He's looking.
Have you
into
seen?
your eyes.
Have you seen Toy Story 4 with Forky?
Yeah.
Have you heard Forky say the name Bo? There's like
Where's
2
this
scenes.
going?
There's 2. I have 3 kids. This is my life. So there's 2 scenes where Forky says Bo, because Bo is the creepy girl doll that wants the voice box.
Bo Peep, right?
Bo Peep is
Oh.
yeah, my bad, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he goes Bo 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 Bo. So every time you say Bo in my brain, just know that I'm going Bo 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 every time.
And I say Bo's name a lot. Bobo.
Bobo. Hey, Bobo. Hey, Bobo.
So you were talking about
Anyway.
About the footage and whatnot.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I go down there with, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, man, it's your footage. Use it
How
however
you want.
And he put the OKS Hunter logo
If it's in
up in the video.
2
and
places
stuff.
or whatever.
That
who cares,
seems
right?
nice.
That's
Yeah,
good.
So
It's a
my
cool hunt.
footage, My footage is not good.
Yeah,
It's
so what?
okayest at best.
It's okay.
It's the content, the subject matter that matters.
Story.
Yeah.
This
People will watch shitty production value for good content, and then what I've also seen is if there's shitty content with high production value, no one watches it.
No.
It's like polishing a
have
turd.
I have no
Yeah.
interest in it.
Exactly. So we don't need to. You don't have a turd. You have like something the opposite of a turd. Something great.
The outcome was good.
Yeah.
like a no wiper turd.
Just
that.
Wow.
one single plop.
The ghost
Single-
turd?
The Phantom no wiper. So we're
That's when you had a lot of butter that day.
Where to
they
go?
just slip
no,
right out.
Clean as could be.
They
Pull up
just
those
could-
trousers and back to work.
You get a real itchy ass if you don't wipe. Because I had to shit in the woods in gun season. I didn't have anything. And I'm like, God, I got to shower when I get back to the cabin. But there were no dingleberries.
Here we go. We
Yeah,
went down
do you
the
have any
road.
footage of this?
The train is
Someone might
officially
have
off
some-
the tracks.
Someone might have some footage of this.
Oh my god!
Every time someone goes to the
Seriously?
bathroom and our dealers our buddies pull out phones. And so like Clayton was going to take a piss. I pulled my phone and goes, I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. And then he wouldn't pee until I turned my phone off. So it was really funny.
Oh man,
There is video of me shooting at some point in time in my life at a campsite. But they never saw the light of day. because those camcorder things, you can't find how to like you can't like do anything with those anymore. So I lucked out.
Wow.
People poop in the woods. It's not like a weird
I'm
topic.
proud to say I haven't pooped in the woods once this year. I don't know how that happened.
Wow, that's weird. Yeah, somehow being in the woods
I'm
makes
with
me
ya.
have to poop.
I don't. This first time ever.
Team no poop.
First time ever. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I love a
Team
good
no poop.
adventurous poop in the woods.
You got. I don't know. Like anytime I get to the woods, I'm like, oh, I gotta poop. I don't get it. Mike never pooped in the woods.
Is
never.
that because you work yourself up all up into the moment, and then you
Yes.
get out there
I
and you're
don't-
like
yes.
relaxed?
It must-
It's like, man, I gotta go.
I gotta go?
Oh, I
The
gotta
nerves.
go.
And it
I
happened-
think it's the nerves.
It's
I was
the
gonna
nerves.
set up.
You
I was
poop.
setting
I
up
think,
my.
like, when you get excited, and you're like walking in the woods and you're at your tree, and you're like, holy crap!
Oh boy.
I was like, I better do this before I get up in the saddle. So I wore my saddle out
You
there.
do a
All my
sky
stuff was
dump?
already set. I set up the night before.
He
I
had
set up.
the death diaper
The
on.
sky dump.
Yeah,
Sky
I thought about that because we
Lot of
talked
talk
about that
on
with
the sky
Latitude.
dump online.
AKA the crap strap.
When we had Latitude on, I said comfortable enough to take a shit out of. And he's like, yeah.
And Alex is like, well,
because you can bend
I
it down to your
guess.
knees. You
I
could.
mean,
You could do it. It would be doable.
we're dropping these guys for next year.
Spread those leg straps.
He didn't respond to my text today. Maybe that's why.
Could be.
The guy that said he shit on my saddle. Yeah, not talking to that guy anymore. I'm just
Mm-mm.
kidding.
I don't know if anyone else is like me, but I always take paper towel. Like you roll up some paper towels.
You
stuff
gotta
it
have
in your
something
pack.
with
Dude, I washed so many pairs of hunting clothes.
I guess you don't
Oh,
need to use
no.
with
toilet
paper towel in the
Paper
pockets,
towel.
and it's
Where'd this
just-
come from?
It's like
It's
confetti
shredded.
everywhere.
It's like my wife with all of her work smocks comes home, do the laundry. Where did all these Kleenexes and toilet paper come from? It wasn't me. Yeah, must have left a few in there. Yeah, you got like half a box of Kleenex in here.
So Tony asked when we shoot for rifles. I have a Remington 700
Hot 6.
Hot 6. I don't know people 30.06, but people call it 30-06.
Hot 6.
Yeah, I don't get that, but whatever. It's a thing. I was just thinking
There's nothing wrong with it. It's classic rifles.
That is
Killed many
exactly
deer.
No, I
what
know.
shoot. I got a left-handed
And it's a yeah.
Remington.
You're
Model
left-handed.
700.
Okay.
And I had one, but I was hard up for cash and I sold it. It was a good shooting rifle. But
Yeah.
what's your round of choice? Mine was a 165 grain Hornady Superformance.
I think I got 155 grain. They're like silver. I don't know. They're
Okay.
nice. The hard points or something. I don't
Federal
know.
or Winchester, one of the two. Silver tips. Those are Winchester.
I have to go. I have the box in my case. I can.
Federal
Yeah, I forget.
Fusion. If you
They
can get
make
your
Federal.
hands on
You
them.
like the Fusion?
It's federal
Love
season.
the Fusion.
All
I've
right.
pulled my bullet out of the hide of almost every deer I've shot over the last 2
Really?
years.
So it's got just enough
It's-
to
it-
make it in there.
We talked-
and-
Never had one go over 30 yards.
We talked
That's
about this
beautiful.
one that Joel sniffed out of the woods, and he loves the gut deer. And I'm like, go for it, man. He's really good at it. He's very fast. Probably like you. I imagine you guys would get along great. But he did all 3 rounds out of that one, and that was another running shot, 90 yards, same spot that I shot the doe from.
No shit.
So I was like,
Nice.
it's just like it produces. But
And I've owned a few rifles, but the one that I currently have that I've held on to is a Browning A-Bolt 300 Win Mag. Bought it with the intentions of going elk hunting, and everybody's going to hear this go, well, that's way overgun.
That's what my dad shoots too.
Honestly, that gun has been
I would rather have over a gun than
honestly
not.
it's
enough.
been
Like,
awesome.
a
You
better-
pick the right bullet. I shoot 180 grain Hornady Superformance, which shoots the LDX bullet.
That's why your exit holes are only this big.
Right. That's kind of the way I like it, because if I would have, I've shot deer with 150 grain fail safes
Mhm.
from Winchester. Back, I'm dating myself when I say the fail safe bullet. That thing was like throwing a hand grenade at the rib cage. It was ugly.
Just came up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
shot a.
It did, and it actually wouldn't exit. It would just explode on impact. And there
I
would
had
be-
so much bone in my.
That's just it.
Yeah.
There were
mouth?
bone fragments and
When you ate it.
chunks of hide.
Here we
laying
go
everywhere.
again.
Here we go. Keep me away.
Watch out for old wide load.
Yeah,
This is
wide
the,
load.
I don't think I talked about this on the show. But Holly, my wife, named this buck the urgent care buck.
Yep. Urgent
Great
care.
name, with the whole
Urgent care.
story that happened.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
to you
that'll
guys
be
that
fun.
week.
And then I've never named this buck, but I thought, well, I guess I can name it now because that's what we're doing, right? We're naming deer, and this one is the what's that fucking painter guy?
Bob
It's
Ross.
the Bob Ross buck.
It's a Bob Ross buck.
A happy accident.
You were in a happy tree. Oh, happy
Yeah.
accident.
Happy tree and a happy accident.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
next week, Jace is in town for this show Tuesday next week. We're talking with Giannis Patelis, by the way.
Cool.
So that'll be fun. If anyone has any questions they want to ask him, like line them up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Thursday, As far as I'm aware, everyone has agreed to show up at my house for that day,
You better
Yeah.
put the drop time away from that one.
and the wives are going to be interviewed for
What?
the show. So
Dude,
that's
my
going to be
wife
the
has been
season
holding-
finale.
My wife has been holding this over my head for
Yeah,
a month.
they're talking
now.
about it.
She's like,
Dude.
no, hey,
Just wait till
watch
the interview.
yourself.
Both
Interview coming up.
barrels.
This is the only way I could get them to agree to come here.
They're gonna uncork both barrels, and we're gonna get it.
Okay, here's what you
Wives
gotta do.
tell all.
Here's what you gotta do. Here's what you gotta do though. You gotta have them interview separately, and then you gotta do a joint
Group.
interview.
They're
Yeah.
going to do what we
That's
do.
gonna be
That's gonna be the
the
goal.
juice. When
Yeah,
the
it
wives
is.
are together, you're gonna get some magical
Oh
juices.
man,
You just
Not quite what I
did that
was
just
talking
sink in?
about.
I wasn't going to say
I was
anything.
talking about
Oh,
some
man. you had to go there.
conversations.
There it is.
Magical conversations.
They're like, why are we married to these fucking guys?
Well, they question that every fall.
Yeah. Well, that's
somehow
every
we're
day
still
for
married.
mine.
My wife asked me to go hunting for her friend who was not going to be able to go hunting, wanted a deer.
What do you mean?
She was
She
when
wanted
I
to
got
send you
home
out to
from
kill a deer?
opening weekend. She was like, "Hey,
This is a
would you
prank?
shoot
Like,
a deer for
it's a trap?
for Kate." I was like, "This does not feel natural."
Yeah, are you okay?
And then she told me that maybe I should chase that archery buck tag down.
What?
This is a trap.
I've never.
This is a trap. You might want to
Proceed with caution.
more. I would sidestep lateral and go around, and just sniff it from downwind side.
Just say,
You're
we have enough venison.
you're upwind right
We'll
now. You
we'll
need
give
to
her
go
some of our
downwind.
venison. We don't need to hunt anymore.
the stupid part of me.
Try my
Yeah.
response first and see how that favors
Does she have a boyfriend?
his
Oh,
wife.
how many?
She might have many, right?
She got a couple.
Okay. Maybe she's just trying to get you out there so she can go hang out with that boyfriend.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hunting season.
Hey, I know you're back from deer camp, but you should go back up there.
Should you lock all the doors?
And at some point, as a deer hunter, you're
Change
kind of
the
thinking,
locks.
well, maybe I should.
Most of me is like, oh, she's giving me the okay. Not really.
That little
Oh.
voice in the back of your head of reasons going, I don't know if I should fall for that.
There is no voice of reason between September and January, Greg.
Fair
No,
enough.
no. I told Holly this before the season came. I said, I'm not gonna hunt early season, and then I go with you.
Which was a mistake. We should not hunt early season next year.
No,
Hell with it.
But
We're
you
just
just
gonna
can't-
wait
you
till
just-
like the last
the
week of
bug gets
October.
you, and then it just gets you. And
By
not to mention-
Halloween, you're already been bit and you're itching bad.
so historically, apparently,
It's
I mean,
like
the
a
only two
rash.
bucks I've ever killed with my bow happened in the first 2 weeks of November.
Mhm.
So, why bother?
That's what my friend Corey and I jailhouse when we were talking, and I was like, did anyone see anything before October 20th?
Right.
And everyone was like, does and spikes. I was like,
Spikes, little
why are we
stuff.
sweating doing all this?
Yeah.
Nobody got it.
Getting bit up by mosquitoes.
Yeah, we're
coming home with
I mean,
ticks on
we're
us.
just technically rut hunters.
Dragging canoes.
Yeah, dragging canoes through bullshit grass full of mosquitoes.
Can't wait to do it again next year.
Yeah, man.
Look
Can't
at this.
wait.
Look at this. Jeff, can you call in? You might be working on it right now. Jeff said he worked on my cape for the buck.
Any
And
peeps
did you know that your buck had a torn ear? I don't think I did know that.
from fighting?
That's pretty cool. I mean, he looks like a brute of it, but he looks like a fighter. He looks like an old warrior.
Looks like a swamp donkey.
Yeah. Well, it's because they dragged him through a freaking river. So I think he just looked extra swampy in the photos because he was
He's just
soaking
freaking-
wet.
He's just cool, man. He's funky and nasty and character and just badass.
The landowner that allowed me to hunt, I sent him a note. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. What do you want? Do you want some booze? Do you want some money? Do you want I can get creative with some gifts? I'm just thinking what can I get him? I know him fairly well, and he's like, no, man, just give me some venison when you get it. I'm like, all right, we can do that.
Hell yeah.
I'll give him the good cuts, and then I can give him some scraps. He can turn into something, or I can give him the snack sticks or something like that. But
Are you having snack sticks made right away?
I have two giant. This is a big. So we got to wait. I took it to my uncle. He's got a scale,
Right.
and you saw the video.
Yep.
It'll make its way into the film. But it was 163 pounds dressed,
Nice.
and my
Oh,
dad
nice.
got one the next morning. His was 180 pounds dressed. Dad's buck was big too. And where was I going with this? It's a big deer. There's a lot of meat. I have 2 bags of scraps I'd never done this way with the assessor before.
Mm-hmm.
I've done my own deer before in the past. It took me forever. I'm not good at it. I don't have time. And the last thing I'm gonna do is tell my wife I'm gonna do more deer stuff after she's like about to kill me. So it's just, you offered. I would have loved to take you up on it. Wasn't gonna happen. And so I took it to the butcher. They got me my meat back in 2 days. So they gave me all my fresh cuts, my steaks, chops, and roasts. And then they gave me 2 big ass bags of all the scraps.
Perfect.
So my plan is to just at some point bring the scraps in and get it all done up to whatever I want, or
Sweet.
try some stuff myself. So I mean, we had Chard on our podcast at some point. They make some, grinders.
I've been thinking about that too.
I've got a pretty nice Cabela's grinder.
I was gonna say,
It's like a
I've got-
half horse.
That's the same one I have.
Bring it over. I got a bunch of packages that I've kept for like the last year. I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to grind.
Yeah.
We're having a grinding
We should
party,
have a
folks.
burger party.
Burger party.
Sausage
Yeah, we
party.
gotta
Literal
start-
sausage party.
Yeah.
Sausage fest.
Yeah,
Sausage
sausage
fest at the
grinder
Milk
party
Wars.
sounds real awesome. Anyway, no, I would love to get my hands on my meat
Come to my sausage party.
and go to your sausage grinding party. Seriously, take that what you will. No, Jeff said he worked on the Cape. Did not know I had a torn ear. I'd love to hear you call in, Jeff.
The torn ear is adding to.
Did
the
you notice it?
character.
I didn't notice it. You were all over that thing with me.
I didn't look that close because I was more worried about getting video footage of your reaction, your dad's reaction, everybody's reaction, and then doing all the other fun stuff. Remember, I put forth the effort to find the deer because it was real hard,
I was pretty damn excited when you sent me that video.
Yeah, the deer eye. I got it. It's
I
right
saw
there.
a scan of brush, then all of a sudden I saw it stop, and I was like, "Is that a main beam?"
This whole thing is main
That was
beam.
an
That's all.
ordeal.
That's all it
I
Yes,
wish
is.
we had a
was.
video of the day you shot that. Of every that
So-
would have been like a
Watching me catch the video. Yeah, a video of the video guy.
video
No.
of us talking about
Yeah.
what was going to go.
Yeah, because
Yeah, if Jace would have been along, that'd been
so,
pretty cool to
like,
capture.
Legit, I took the video and I'm like I pressed video to send Derek a message, and I'm like, I'm whispering to the camera, "Look at that, there it is." I gotta pretend I'm not showing you.
Well, I
anything.
wasn't across the river yet. You could have done whatever you wanted.
I know, but I didn't. I was trying to savor the moment here
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah, you
my
did a
friend.
good job. You did a good job. I was very,
I
very
wanted you
shocked.
to at least get eyes on it, even though
I was like,
knew
"That's
it
not." I was like,
dead.
"Is that someone else's deer?"
But
That was the
but I'm
first thought
telling
that
you
crossed
right
my mind.
now, like when I saw it, as soon as I hit terra firma and the scanned and looked to the right and saw it, I'm like, I felt very warm inside.
Yeah, I didn't believe it was my deer.
I
I-
was so
That's
excited for
awesome.
you.
What an
It
awesome
wasn't.
day.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
It'll be really, and I'm really happy that Jeff gets to do it. The taxidermy. I'm
Yep.
surprised it's already over to him. That's crazy.
He's a good friend to us and always has been and always will be. So it's great that he's doing it because he does a nice job.
Well, I said the next year I get on him to do it, so
Mhm.
I'm happy it's going to work out this way. Chris Whitley in the comments. What's
Yeah,
up, guys?
man.
Got my
Congrats,
certificate
brother.
back. For
Yeah,
my
I
first
saw
open
that.
day. Wow,
I saw your certificate on the gram today. Congrats, Chris.
that's a big deal.
It is
Very
a big
cool.
deal.
What about yours? Is yours going to hit some score?
His will hit something if he decides to send it in and have it measured.
I had
Well,
Jerry Wegner,
send- Okay.
the brothers from the show.
Yeah.
With the print,
Oh,
the two gentlemen.
are
the
they
Wegners,
official?
One of them is an official scorer.
No kidding.
Oh, wow.
He reached out to me and said, "Hey, if you'd like to have your buck officially scored for Boone and Crockett, blah blah blah, when it's after the 60-day drying period, let me know." I said, "Well, I don't know that I'm necessarily at all interested in entering
Whatever,
into
yeah.
anything, but Bo's scored a lot of deer.
You're going to have
lot
this thing
more
for the
than
rest of
me.
your life. It'd be really cool to have something like that alongside of it. You know, when you
So-
look back at it when you're 75,
it
telling
is
your
a big
kids,
deal.
not for bragging rights, but
Not for
your
bragging
own.
rights, but it's up to you what you want to do. But it's kind of a personal goal thing. My dad had one done. His
Like
8 point.
officially.
Yeah, like it. He went to Godfrey down in Whitewater, who did it at the time, and it was a big deal. Like Godfrey looked at it and said, "Man, this is a big 8-pointer. This thing ought to score good." Well, it didn't score as good as they had hoped because of deductions, but 132 and 6/8. That's a pretty
With deductions. That's
with deductions is a
damn
pretty.
good buck.
And that thing was heavy. It's all palmated. It's got some real heavy, thick tines. I mean, that deer field dressed at over 250 pounds. That thing was a cow, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no
remember.
doubt.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
this one before.
I mean, I got pictures of me and my brother standing by it when we were,
That's a hell of a drag.
let's see, 87, 86 it was shot. So, yeah, 86 or 87. It was pretty awesome.
Willie.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Call in, man.
So
Call
he
in.
Please
was
do.
happy?
Call
He
in.
was happy about it?
He was
That he got it
ecstatic. I mean,
scored?
he got it scored. It was in the record book. My family's name is now in the Pope and Young record book.
Cool.
It's in the Buck and Bear book of Wisconsin. Obviously, you shot that in Illinois. I don't know how that looks, but you're still a Pope and Young scorer. So you have that scored. This is your Pope and Young score.
Would that be your first one?
Pope and Young?
No. But officially?
I got a 140 in Wisconsin.
So
That's my
what is the I should know because we had them on our
125
podcast.
is Pope and
Dude,
Young.
this might be Pope and Young, right?
165 is
Is
Boone and Crockett for
Yeah.
a bow. Now, Bilo has measured more deer than anyone I know. Just
I've never
gross.
measured. I would love someone to come here and show me how to measure. My boss offered to help me.
I'll measure that for you.
I just don't even know
Yeah,
what to
I
do.
mean it's measurable. You can. There's instruction on.
I was supposed to
You
do
can
it for the bow hunting league, and I missed it. I didn't get this back in time to do it, and I didn't do it before I handed it in. So I think I just missed the mark there, which is fine. Would've
Bilo
been fun.
knows deer more than anybody I know. And when he walked up in the video, you hear him. He says, "Dude, you shot your first 170," and I couldn't believe him. I was like, "There's no way." I made him measure it twice. When we got it, we were having beers, and he measured the first time. I was like, "No freaking way, it's that big." Measure it again.
Measure it again.
So we measured again, and the smaller measurement was 172.
So you were
7/8.
conservative with it.
Yeah, the first one was slightly bigger, 174 or something.
Yeah.
Which I thought was insane.
We got a
Couldn't happen.
Got a hot one.
yeah. Hey, Chris, you're live on the show. Thanks for calling in, buddy. What do you got going on? You got congrats.
North Carolina, I think we're picking in Ohio this year, but we're excited to get my first benefit ever qualified to a lifelong dream of mine. I guess for a long time. I remember last year I got killed this in Kentucky. It was my 2021 in Kentucky that I got scored, and we have an expo in North Carolina called the DC Deer Classic,
Oh,
where you can take in some past score for free. So I went through the whole process, had it scored. The guy that scored gave me his information when I got the scorecard back and told me just to reach out to him. I got to fill out all the paperwork because it's kind of tedious to that stuff. I don't know if you guys ever went through that, but you've got to the weight of your angle, the type of head, the bucket you're shooting, and all of that, the fine details you have to show. I guess they got like a little diagram. You got to indicate where you struck the animal and then tell about the recovery of the animal. So there's a lot of different stuff you got to fill out for that and submit to get that stuff back. And that took a couple months to actually get it back. So
you should go to datakills.com and enter all that same stuff in again over there.
Yeah, if you feel like doing some more paperwork, which is
Pretty
really isn't
quick.
paperwork, but it's pretty quick. But I almost wonder if Pope and Young is doing some sort of data storage research that they want to know all that information. That's pretty interesting.
So the letter that you get back to, of course, it congratulates you for the animal that you took. But it also states that, that's part of Pope and Young is to kind of see how many injuries are received each year in the area. Just so they can kind of track how deer management and things go. So that helps them keep a record of, I guess they can see the trends and stuff like that. What they submit each year. But I can tell you, I had one of the. I don't normally get emotional in the woods. I kind of like the grinding baseball.
Yeah.
But I had an experience like the best of this year, and until I was a little bit, but it was the craziest, wildest moment I've ever had in a tree stand.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, we know how to 12 years on public land. This is the 12 years that we've done it. We actually get last year because Kentucky. So we go up to Highway up there on Saturday. It's that first full week in October or November, and it's I think Ohio. There's horrible conditions. For 4 days, it is just ridiculous how hot it is. So and so deer movement had been in that cold morning. It was November 8th, and I remember it was the first cold spell that we had. First time I had to wear bibs and a coat or anything like that. We've been wearing long-sleeve t-shirts into the woods, up until this point. And I'm sitting there in the stand, and this is where it's weird. It is, I know it's just a muscle spasm, but I feel a tap on my shoulder. And it's a set feel just like somebody sitting in a tree and tapping my shoulder. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I have all this like childhood memories of my grandpa start popping through my head. And stuff that I hadn't thought about since I was just a kid. And it was just like these chills come over me. I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's cool to remember all this stuff. And so I look at the sky and I was like, Grandpa, man, if you're here with me, send me a big buck. I kid you not. It's that's just a, I don't know, that 6 to 100. You turn your head, all of a sudden there's deer hitting you or anything like that. It was that kind of experience. I just looked over my shoulder, and they were standing on the CRP field with 140 on corner, 150 yards away. My grandpa running me at 20 yards, and it was history. So,
Damn, that is a really special story, man.
That's all.
after that happened, I absolutely broke down in the tree stand. It was like just full of emotion that I'd never experienced before. But just a cool thing. So I've not had a deer mounted in 20 years or so. But this is a spectacular right now. So
Awesome.
I'm going to put like a picture of my grandpa and stuff like that beside the deer.
Oh,
That's
good.
so cool.
You need to. Yeah, it's awesome.
Good for you.
And if
Chris.
anybody could call a deer, and I know it's you, I know you're really big on turkey calls, but I got to imagine that translates to deer calls just the same to some degree.
Absolutely.
Seeing a lot of TikTok videos, and it's from deer and deer. I usually like a lot of the stuff these guys post, but they're posting. I've seen people posting them saying, "You're making a huge mistake if you can't call in the public land."
Huh.
And I'm like, I can give you more time on that. So
Yeah.
they're going to everybody.
Michael Waddell does a
They're
lot
going
with those types of videos and calling in deer, and he works a grunt call pretty good and a snort wheeze and all that stuff, and he's shown actual footage of, and a lot of others do. A lot of people call deer in with a grunt too. That's interesting.
And I get what they're saying that everybody's going to run home, but of course, that was my TikTok series. I did really big and heavy to making TikTok videos. I don't have time for it as much anymore. But my thing is just kind of the same, like you said, turkey hunting. If you make an effort to make it sound as realistic as you possibly can, then I think that you're going to help a lot of people. Because I hear a lot of people grab a call and just blow it, just like you're going to a party with or something. To me,
Right.
it doesn't sound as realistic. I do not put on my gloves on. I take my gloves off and I manipulate the end of that the tube, to sound that I've actually heard in the woods.
You got a grunt
And
tube?
it gets
Can you give us an example?
in my foot.
I want to hear it because I'm very curious about this, because I've like I don't think that just putting a grunt tube into the open air without any cupped hands is a good idea, because it sounds
It's not.
inauthentic.
I
So,
can't.
but then I'm like, what's the right way to manipulate that thing with your hands? So I know that you care about this stuff a lot because we had you on before. So I'm curious to hear how it comes out when you do it.
I mean, the biggest buck I've killed with my
I mean,
grunt call on public.
Oh.
So
Yeah. When Weathered Oaks
I got
has made some really good wooden
yeah.
calls. Stay tuned for more on that.
It's coming.
I don't know if I can demonstrate this and it sound right at the phone.
Let's see how it comes through. We won't judge you.
Do your best.
I'm gonna give you like I'm gonna put some gloves on, and then I'm gonna.
I love Chris.
And then
He's a real deal, Chris.
So this is like a series, like the top grunt calls. So this is with the glove on.
You hitting rumble strips there? Or
So
what?
this is with the off. Sorry, I just had a. To me, I don't know if that comes through.
It sounds
It
like
does. There's
different.
different sound to it. you're not absorbing as much sound. You're actually able to broadcast more sound.
But do it without anything, and that sounds probably extremely different. Yeah.
That's not serving the two. So when I hear a deer grunt in the woods, there's a ton of different. I've heard some really deep, nasty ones, but just the standard grunt is a buck following a doe or searching for a doe. It sounds like it's coming from his throat,
Yes.
and it's more
Buried a little
it's
bit.
almost like a click. It's got
Yeah.
a click or something to it.
Well, it's
And
buried
that's
behind
what I'm
his
trying to
tongue.
do.
It's
Things
very
like
communicative. Like it's fast, rapid too. I'm like, "Meh, meh, meh, meh." I'm like, oh shit, there's something going on over here. Like it's very distinctively a buck. And so I'm like, I got this grunt too. I'm not just doing meh. Like that's not how they sound to me when I hear them.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to imitate. I've put that enough. That's what I'm trying to imitate with. And to me, it's not just like a puff of air. It's I almost if I can say, and that's what I've heard. Almost that sound, but with a little bit more rasp. And so that's what causes me to get the rasp into it. But yeah, I don't know. I got some TikTok videos on that.
And he responded and came in, and you got how far was the shot?
20 yards. I saw him just standing there, proud and tall on the CRP field, head raised high. He started moving kind of down the CRP field towards my direction, got it behind some tall bushes. I lost him for a few seconds, but I actually heard him grunt one time. And so, but I didn't respond to that grunt because I could tell that he was moving closer just from the sound of the grunt. So I didn't make any noise. And then I heard a limb break. And I realized he left the CRP field and he was in the woods with me about 100 yards away. But he was on a trail that was leading him away from me. So grabbed me right across. I grunted one time. He stopped on a dime, turned, and head down, came straight to me. About 30 yards, he stopped. There was a little creek in between me and him. I knew I'd make that creek, and I thought, if I get here on this side of the creek, I'm in the game. And so he stopped what seemed like forever and just looked at the creek, looked across, he looked for where that grunt sound came from. And then he just dropped his head, come across the creek, and this game on. I didn't have one panic moment when I get back on it. I had to turn and I was shooting off the right hand side of my hand. So both under if you shoot right handed, you had to twist all the way around. And so my tip for my safety belt was when I took back, the buckle was right on my release aid. And so now I'm panicking, trying to fight that thing and my chin to move it, out of the body. And so once I get back behind my wrist, I know it's not going to affect the string, so then I can make the shot. So, but like I said, he spun around, ran about 40, 50 yards, stopped, and just piled over right there.
Oh, beautiful.
It's
Good
a
job.
wonderful thing when they die in sight.
And you said something that I'm glad you did when you're calling deer. And my dad and I always talked about this watching like deer hunting videos from back in the day. The deer's coming towards somebody, and yet they're ripping on the grunt call. It's like that's a great way to mess your hunt up.
Yeah, because now you're
If the deer is
projecting the
coming
sound
toward
directly
you,
at them.
Don't call.
No.
If they're working your way naturally, let them come as close as they can possibly come. You may have to let them work past before you hit a grunt call, because that's only going to put them on alert and have them looking for a deer. If you're in an open area, they can see under you. You're just asking for trouble with any kind of older deer or mature deer. That's just going to booger them up.
Yeah, the deer I killed, I watched him watch. He was watching for movement because he couldn't see it either. Both me and the deer could hear a doe being chased by another buck and a lot of grunting, and so I witnessed him watching for this signal. And when the doe showed up, it was affirmation, and then it was game over. He crossed river and came to play. And so, like, without that affirmation, I wonder if he would have even bothered. Maybe he would have, because it was real authentic deer
And
sounds.
maybe he would have came in way more cautiously or whatnot, but when they get that visual confirmation, that's totally different.
No, thanks for calling in.
TikTok video was about turkey hunting, but I said the same thing. I said, I'm going to give you guys a secret call, or a turkey call, sorry. I'm going to give you guys a secret turkey call, so you can hear this, and I don't make a sound. And then I said, okay, let me play it for you, and I just go quiet and I'll make a sound. I said, sometimes the most difficult call you can make is not making a call at all. And that kind of speaks to what you say, is that when that deer was coming to me, there's no need to do anything at that point. And the same thing translates into turkey hunting. If that bird's gobbling and he's getting closer and closer to you, the worst thing you can do to mess that up is do something that doesn't
natural or you miss your front or something like that. You go spook him and walk away. So I do like to, if the deer is moving away from me, that's when I will pull out that front call. Or in Ohio on public land, one of those can calls, like the bleep can, that's absolutely fantastic. I got one of those things for Christmas, and I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. But I'm in Ohio, and it was a moment of desperation. I've done it, and everything is just, but I got one of those bleep cans, and I mean, he turned on the dime and came to me. So I would say it's 50-50 split between the buck hunting running in with a grunt call and the buck hunting running in with a bleep call.
I've never heard of bleat in the wild.
I have.
Have you? Does
Oh,
this sound like the can?
It's similar.
One of my good buddies this year shot one on public that I was hunting with a bleat call, 3:30 in the
Yeah.
afternoon. Turned it over once. Buck came in at 20 yards. Done.
It's just good to have tools. No.
A lot of people are probably like me and just like, here's that you think of the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I've never heard that in a while. But North Carolina, I can tell you, for whatever reason, grounding, calling, nothing seems to work for me. Calling wild in North Carolina, other than calling in small bucks. In Ohio, I don't know if it's just those deer are. I know they're just as pressured or more pressured than the bucks I hunt in North Carolina, but it just seems like it's a different breed of whitetail. And I've heard it's the northern strain from what we hunt, but it just seems like they are more tired of deer that I'm more aggressive to come in the call. So
Greg has said something about the bucks here with snort wheezes. They don't respond to it well.
No.
And maybe it's the breed of deer here, but like maybe it's the fickle Wisconsinite coupon clipping deer that are like, don't come at me aggressive. Like, we're Wisconsinites. We're friendly here. And you snort wheeze at them, they book it.
Tell you blow a grunt, behind you, kind of directed towards them, but behind you, then they don't like it so much when you're in there scraping rub line and they're pissed off at the tree in front of them.
Joe.
And then what we're getting, I'll let you guys go. Yes, calling for the grunt call. I've had it natural, like when I'm on public land, I don't use bait or anything. I've got something on private land where I don't hunt bait. And then I've got areas that I do hunt over bait. I can tell you that hunting over bait, calling does absolutely nothing for me. But if I'm hunting over it seems like that's when I have the most success calling in deer. And for me, I think that's because a buck doesn't necessarily have to come to us. Now, he already knows that bait pile to circle around that downwind that he can take it to. So he knows that there's already going to be there. So it's almost like I don't need to come investigate. I can go and find that investigate at any time to where if he has found those areas, it's not associated with deer. That's something he's going to go check out. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, but I can grab a bait pile all day long. It does nothing for me. But then you put me out the woods away from that, and that's where I have the most success with them.
That seems valid. Like there's logic to that. I'll buy it. Yeah.
But, all right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking the call.
You bet.
I love hearing you guys. I don't get to all the time, but
Yeah, it's
when I
cool.
do get to, I want you
We love hearing from you. So
Yeah,
thanks for calling
congrats
in,
again
man.
on the buck, man.
Yeah, congrats. Thank you.
to appreciate it. Thank you so much. Congrats to you guys. You guys have a heck of a season too. So,
It's been fun.
appreciate you guys taking the call.
Yeah, glad you got to enjoy a hunt with your grandpa.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, that was special for sure.
All right, have a good one.
All right.
Joe, I'm going to say your last name wrong, Joe. I'm sorry. Shalatsky. I did it right. My boy got a buck over the weekend, guys. Is the proudest I've ever been.
Hell yeah.
There is something
Yep.
about when someone else gets a deer.
Yeah, especially if maybe it's their first one or they haven't shot a lot of deer.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It's like Christmas when you give a gift. It's better than receiving. It's very similar to
Much
that
more
feeling.
gratifying.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's it. I don't have anything else. We're at 7:30 with an hour and a half. We've been rolling with this thing. So I think we can call it an episode.
I would
Tune in next week. If you guys got questions for Giannis, pile them in. Get us some questions ahead of time. If you listen to this one, it'd be good to have some more questions ahead of time for that. Cause I don't know if we're going to do calls or what. That'll be a uniquer episode. We probably will do calls. We don't really change it up for anybody.
Uniquer. I like that.
Uniquerist.
Yeah, I'm making up words. That's what we do here at OK Thunder Podcast. You learn something that you're never going to learn anywhere else because we just make it up as we go.
Yeah.
These aren't facts.
Shit,
And
ain't fast.
you might
We
And
don't
this
tell
show-
lies. We just tell invalid truths.
You might finish listening to this show and go, I don't know if I got smarter or dumber.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having heard that. Simple no would have been fine, but okay. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Have a good week.